everybody, what's up? Sean Hatzel here with Get Lean After 40, coming at you with a knowledge bomb from my dry sauna. And inside this video, what I want to do is talk about some tips and tricks that you can use to enhance your results between your weight training sets. So typically you want to rest between 60 seconds and 3 minutes between weight training sets, depending on the goal. If the goal is strength and size, you're going to rest longer, a 2 to 3 minute rest period, where personally I rarely rest more than 2 minutes because my goal is to maintain and or lose body fat and get leaner. So I try to minimize the rest periods between sets, but you're sitting there resting. And so this is an opportunity where you can do a couple things to really enhance your results. So I want to share the tricks that I'm using getting ready for my photo shoot. I'm 5 weeks in right now. And the first trick is nasal breathing. So in between your weight training sets, just taking 4 to 6 deep nasal breaths. So you would breathe really, really hard in through your nose and then really, really hard out through your mouth. And repeat that about 4 to 6 times between sets. This is something, I can't recall the actor's name, but it was the guy who played Superman. When he did his body transformation, his trainer had him do this in between sets. I remember reading a big article about how it helps with the parasympathetic nervous system to enhance recovery between sets. Trick number 2 is stretching between sets. So stretching the body part that you're working. And there's been a couple published studies over the last few years on this, showing that it can increase hypertrophy, which is muscle stimulation or muscle growth. And so the best way to do this is just to do an aggressive stretch that you put a lot of stretching on the particular muscle group. Like if I'm training chest, I would put my arm up against something and I would turn it this way and get a nice deep stretch here, but not to make it uncomfortable. Now you only want to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. Research shows that after 30 seconds, the body can trigger a defense mechanism that can decrease performance. So just a 20 to 30 second stretch in between your sets. You're already resting, you might as well stretch in between to enhance your results. The third trick is called the vacuum. And over time, this will make your waistline narrower. This is something that Arnold Schwarzenegger and Franco Columbu were known for way back in the day. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to basically exhale and release all the air out of your lungs. And then after you do that, you're going to suck in your rib cage right here as hard as you can and just hold it in. And then you're going to do a count to 10 to 15 seconds, no breathing, and then you're going to exhale and you're going to repeat that process 5 to 7 times between sets. Now what happens is this works something called the transverse abdominis. It's called the inner ab muscle. And it's also known, like I mentioned, for making your waistline more narrow. A nice little trick to use. And it also prevents this belly bulge. You'll see a lot of old bodybuilders that have this big old belly bulge. Well, the vacuum will help suck in your stomach muscles so they don't pop out. So that way you appear to look leaner even if you're not. The last and could be the most powerful fat burning trick between sets is to wedge a cardio burst in between your sets. There was an interesting study done with a group of women, and I believe the study was out of Berkeley. And I call this the fat burning shortcut. And what you do is they did a study where one group did weight training and then did cardio afterwards, and the other group wedged a 45 to 60 second cardio burst in between their weight training sets. Well, the group that did this lost more body fat and gained significantly more muscle. In fact, the study showed like a 990% greater fat loss effect. So pretty powerful stuff. Hey, you're already going to wait this minute to 3 minutes between sets. Why not make the most of it? And you're not going to, it doesn't take any more time. You're already resting. So add these to your arsenal in your quest to burn stubborn belly fat. And if you got something out of this, do me a big favor, share it. You can always go back to it on your wall then and listen to this information again just to remind you on how to execute it. And give me some likes or some hearts. If you got questions, drop a comment below. As always, this is not quick fixes, right? Consistency over time is the key. There's no such thing as perfection when it comes to fat loss. You have to wake up every day and strive to be consistent, not perfect. And that is the only diet pill you should be taking, is consistency. However, these tips and tricks can help enhance your results. So thanks for watching this, and God bless.